champion of the world, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Introducing Terence Crawford.
Fight fans, welcome back.
His reputation is well cemented, and a punch by Canelo could not only be dangerous for him to lose the fight, but it could be dangerous for his life.
Tell him we going for Canelo next.
Yes. Let's go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
This is look, I said before, the big talented man will always beat the small talented fighter.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's explore a fantasy bout that has every boxing enthusiast's mind going wild. Fight enthusiasts all over. Two of the most gifted and powerful fighters of our time would be standing toe-to-toe in the squared circle between
I'll be going for Bud. You know, if he fight Canelo, I'll be going for him. I mean, I don't know if he gonna win or lose, but
Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. Indeed, it is a fantasy battle that may define a generation. Still, what makes this possible confrontation so exciting? Why is the boxing community humming everywhere? Get ready for an epic voyage across skill sets, legacies, and the pressing question: what truly is the pound-for-pound king?
He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a way.
Terence Crawford says he wants to fight Canelo. He's changed his tune. He said he's willing to move up 3 weight divisions. To me, that's kind of crazy, but that just shows you, like, man, the dog that's in Terence Crawford.
Down for you.
If
the
Canelo is victorious,
of the tape. Let's set the scene with the data, the facts, and the history. Saul Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Guadalajara, Mexico, is a 4-division.
Throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you.
World champion with a professional record as sparkling as his career highlights, standing at 5 feet 8 inches with a 75-inch reach. Canelo has established himself by ruling names as Caleb Plant, Sergey Kovalev, and Gennady Golovkin, known for his granite jaw, deadly body blows, and a resume that's basically a Hall of Fame roll call. Canelo exemplifies the very essence of boxing perfection. Conversely, you have Terence "Bud" Crawford, pride of Omaha, Nebraska. Crawford's journey to popularity has been nothing short of spectacular. A 3-division world champion with an unblemished record, he's famed for his switch-hitting brilliance, precise precision, and the type of ring IQ that leads.
What do I think of that fight? Yeah, I think that everybody knows that Crawford got some skills. I do think that Canelo's a little big for Crawford. It'll be a tall task for him.
Leaves opponents scratching their heads. Crawford is the king of adaptability, fluidly moving from orthodox to southpaw, all while unleashing devastating power punches. Now, if you're salivating at the possibility of these two heavyweights battling, you're not alone.
I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've traveled the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both.
This is the sort of battle that spans weight classes, unifies fan bases, and gets even casual sports fans talking. The weight question. Before we get into the XS and OS, let's address the elephant in the room: the weight discrepancy. Canelo Alvarez is fully at home in the super middleweight class, tipping the scales at 168 pounds. Crawford, on the other hand, has been controlling the welterweight class at 147 pounds. That's a massive 21-pound leap. But here's the thing: if there's one fighter who could make
I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It'd be a great fight, but I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and after this fight, what else are you gonna say?
Such a jump and still prosper. It's Terence Crawford. Crawford's camp has intimated that he'd be ready to move up for the right bout. And let's be serious, a confrontation with Canelo Alvarez is the right fight in every sense. However, the weight might play a key part in this contest. Would Crawford's strength and speed carry over to the upper division? And how will his physique stand up against a physically intimidating and naturally bigger opponent like Canelo? Meanwhile, Canelo's camp understands he'd have the physical edge, but they're also
wanting to fight Canelo 3 divisions up. Good idea, bad idea?
I don't remember sizes of Terence Crawford.
Welterweight.
If he big, actually.
Maybe he's probably
aware of Crawford's technical prowess. Canelo has fought smaller, faster opponents before, but none with the all-around weaponry that Crawford brings to the table. This weight dynamic is part of what makes this potential match so exciting. Style clash, the beauty of NTRASTS. This isn't simply a fight. It's a collision of styles that might cause pyrotechnics. Canelo Alvarez is a pressure fighter with strong counterpunching talents. He doesn't merely chase his opponents. He dismantles them methodically. Canelo's head movement, body punching, and ability to cut off the ring are the stuff of legend. He's the sort of warrior who can walk you down, entice you into his traps, and then burst with fight-ending force. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, is a chameleon in the ring. His ability to adapt to any opponent is remarkable. Crawford begins gradually absorbing his opponent's habits and then turns the switch to dominate. He's a master at manipulating distance, creating traps, and ending battles with surgical precision. Crawford's switch-hitting skill adds another dimension of intricacy, leaving opponents guessing and frequently baffled. Now image these styles merging. Would Canelo's pressure and power be too much for Crawford, or will Crawford's versatility in ring IQ undermine Canelo's game plan? It's the type of chess encounter that would have spectators on the edge of their seats from the opening bell. When you're talking about warriors of this quality, it's not just about the money, the titles, or even the glory. It's about legacy. Canelo Alvarez is already a certainty for the Hall of Fame, but a win against an unbeaten and highly competent Terence Crawford would further solidify his position as one of the all-time greats. It's the sort of triumph that transcends the sport and places him in talks with superstars like Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. For Crawford, this battle would be the final test. He's demolished every opponent placed in front of him, but defeating a bigger, more physically intimidating fighter like Canelo would raise his career to mythological status. Crawford has frequently been accused for not having a signature victory against a real pound-for-pound competitor. Well, a victory against Canelo Alvarez would be precisely thought a career-defining event that closes out any lingering naysayers. Let's not forget the build-up to a battle like this would be nearly as fascinating as the fight itself. Picture the press conferences, the face-offs, and the mind games. Canelo, calm and confident as usual, vs. Crawford, passionate and laser-focused. The trash language would not be over the top, but the tension would be apparent. Both fighters have an aura of inevitability about them, and the mental struggle building up to fight night would be a spectacle in its own right. And then there's the strategy. How would each combatant prepare for this duel of titans? Canelo's camp would likely concentrate on closing off the ring and negating Crawford's mobility. For Crawford, it would be about being elusive, responding well, and making Canelo pay for every mistake. The tactical modifications and fight night execution would be intriguing to behold. What is at stake for boxing? Let's zoom out for a bit and look at the wider picture. A battle like this isn't simply about the combatants, it's about the sport itself. Boxing relies on these mega events, these once-in-a-generation matches that catch the imagination of spectators worldwide. Canelo vs. Crawford would draw in casual viewers, create passionate arguments, and remind everyone why boxing remains the sweet science. And let's not forget the financial stakes. This would be a spectacular pay-per-view event, possibly smashing records and establishing new benchmarks for what's possible in the sport. The victor wouldn't simply claim bragging rights. They'd become the face of boxing, the indisputable monarch of the pound-for-pound rankings. The fans' perspective IVE. At the end of the day, this struggle is for you as fans. It's the type of clash that spawns endless arguments, fantasy scenarios, and what-if conversations. Who do you think would win? Are you Team Canelo or Team Crawford? That's the beauty of this possible conflict. It's not only about the combatants, it's about the talks, the anticipation, and the vivid memories it would produce. So, there you have it. Guys, Canelo Alvarez vs. Terence Crawford isn't just about. It's an event, a moment, a spectacle that would define an age. Whether that ever occurs remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure. The sheer concept of these two titans sharing the ring is enough to have the whole boxing world buzzing. Now, unto you. Who takes it? The unrelenting behemoth from Mexico or the smooth, adaptable genius from Omaha? Let the discussions begin.